Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage. Welcome back to episode 14 of Star Trek. And we're at that stage of the game where there aren't a huge deal of things that we can really do at the moment. I mean, we could be declaring a few wars. This isn't a game that I've played a lot of, by the way. I did play a fair bit of Stellaris when it first came out, but I was a little bit disappointed by the mid-game and the end-game. So the only thing that I found really interesting was the early game. I liked the bit where you would go out and you'd explore and you'd find new planets and you'd decide where to settle. And some of that is taken away slightly by this mod, because with this mod you're not playing with a random galaxy. So you're pretty much going to run into the same planets with the same resources. And it's very crowded. You know, you just look at the galaxy. There's a lot of different nations all right in each other's pockets, which makes life very, very difficult. So it's all going to come down to how good the sort of mid and end game is. Just having a look to see who else we've got around here. We've got the Bajorans, the Cardassians. I wonder if Deep Space Nine actually exists in this. Wasn't Deep Space Nine in orbit of Bajor?
Incoming transmission.
I wonder if it is actually here. That's interesting. Vassal under the Cardassian Union. Maybe we need to go and explore, see if DS9 exists. The war deck. Oh, what have we got going on here? The Rigellian Consortium wishes to declare war against the Nausicaan tribes. Now that could be risky, because that could bring in the United Federation of Planets. I'm going to vote no on that one. I know it could have been a good excuse to get into a war, but the last I checked, the Nausicaans were still in an alliance with the... has Federation Association status with the Romulan Empire, so we probably don't really want to get involved in that, because they gave us a good kick in last time around. So let's continue to sort of expand and grow. Maybe once our science vessel's finished what it's doing, we'll send it over to Bajor and see if we can find DS9. I know DS9 was next to the wormhole, but I'm sure it was in orbit of Bajor or in the Bajoran system, so we'll definitely want to have a look there. But I'd love to be able to send my fleet up and potentially deal with these guys up here. There's also something up here as well that we need to have a look at. There's an alien space station. We're almost getting to the point where we can deal with that. Phaser turrets. Sure, let's go with that. Now, can the fleet get an upgrade? Yes, it can. That'll upgrade 14 ships, make them all a little bit stronger. What have we got here? A bold new era. Captain Cartelin's starships performed admirably for many years. However, teraquads of data from millions of cubic light years of deep space exploration reports and border skirmishes have since flowed through to the analysis of Starship Design Bureau. The data, coupled with optimizations from the latest propulsions and defensive technology, has resulted in a wave of new starship designs fit to force the galaxy to promote Starfleet's message of peace. The test platform for these new designs, the science vessel the USS Grissom, is now released for standard duties alongside her commanding officer Captain Jonathan Esteban. Okay, so basically we get a free science ship. Can't research that project. Why not? Come on, Beta Z, get... Oh, medium intensity negotiations. Let's go for it. Alpha Centauri, what have we got here? Right. Science ship. Get over... The selected ship has no FTL drive, so it can't reach this system. What?
Upgraded. Station complete.
So just say that again. You gave me a science ship with no FTL drive. What the actual F?
Incoming transmission.
So, what ships do we have now then? Let's have a quick look at our ship design. See what things look like. So that is our patrol frigate. So again, very much original series in design. That's our destroyer. Again, still... I think that's actually a TNG model. Although there were ships of that sort of configuration in the original series. But it just... The texture makes it look like it's TNG era. NCC 1701. Again, I think we're getting into the sort of the movies now, the gap between the original series and the next generation in the timeline. Then we've got our construction ship hasn't had an upgrade. Neither has the colony ship. They pretty much still look the same as they always were. The science ships definitely have an interesting design about them now. We've also got these defense platforms, and it might well be worth getting one of these, especially around Earth. And that's just reminding me that that is something we could be doing with our construction ship. So let's get you over to Sol.
Incoming transmission.
And we'll consider getting ourselves a defense platform that we can use.
Incoming
Spirit of the Hunt, that'll certainly help with things. Let's go and get some extra leader lifespan going. Now, we do still have some more fleet limit. So let's go ahead and get a few more frigates. Let's go ahead and get another cruiser, because we don't have many of those. Now, you do have to take a mix of ships now. There was a thing in...
Incoming transmission.
It's the construction ship, that was quick. There is a thing now... what am I saying? Well, just train of thoughts completely gets derailed sometimes when I'm playing this game. Yep, and I've completely lost what I was talking about. So I'm going to go and take this construction ship, and somewhere around here, we will build a military station, and we will build a defense platform. We want to go ahead and put it here. So let's go ahead and do that, and hopefully that'll help to protect Earth a little bit. We could build minefields. Apparently minefields are really overpowered. But we'll work on that. So, oh yeah, that's what I was saying. It used to be, when Stellaris first came out, that you could basically win a lot of battles by just building the cheapest, smallest, lightest ships, and having huge numbers of them were enough to basically take on, you know, pretty much any other fleet. But that has now been changed. You do need a good mix, because there are hard counters between certain different types of ship. So we've got our fleet. Our fleet does have an admiral. We are working on another cruiser, which we should probably wait for. So we will wait on that one.
Incoming transmission.
Again, lots of stuff here that I just do not care about.
Special project complete.
So there's another special project done. And that science ship has done that. Let's go ahead and do that one in Pajem. Just get as many of them done as possible, really.
Research complete.
Leader lifespan is now done. Not bothered about private colony ships, schools, givers. Oh, one of each of the sciences. Although this gives us a lot of different sort of edicts we can do. Let's go ahead and do the school one. Just make it nice and easy for us. We could build some of our ships elsewhere, but I might as well just build them all on Earth. Shouldn't think it'll take too long. Now then, apparently, we've got that defense station. Doesn't appear to have an awful lot of power, does it? Just a really shoddy defense platform. So, why are you even here? Could we not even upgrade that?
Long-range scan of planet complete.
Guess that's about as good as it can be. Peace offer. Tellarites made peace with the Cardassians. Systems surveyed. That's fine. Not something we have to worry about. Still getting invited into coalitions. It's a good job we're not in them, because we're actually making a fairly decent amount of influence now, so I don't mind that going on too much, really.
Research complete.
Still nothing else that we really want to do with the construction ship. Beta Z houses, medium intensity negotiations. Oh, that actually cost us stuff. Can we just go for low intensity? It's still got around about the same sort of chances of something useful happening. Battle cruisers are now done. Spaceport shields. Spaceport armor plating. Let's go for that. We don't have slaves, so we're not too bothered. Let's go for that then. Special project is completed. If you wouldn't mind surveying... We're already surveying most of these, aren't we? Can't see any other special projects. There is one over there if we can get to it. No, we have no way to reach that project. Can we get over here?
Research complete.
No, we can't get over there. Let's go ahead and just put you on automatic exploration, see what happens. Negative balance. We are actually losing credits, energy credits. Now, why has that happened all of a sudden?
Incoming transmission.
Energy storage capacity. Yes, that'll be useful. I suppose the reason that's happening is because we moved a lot of people from these ones that were producing... Let's go and swap you around with the food guy. See, people on these planets aren't necessarily happy. We can clear that off. Mars... you don't have any jobs, so let's go ahead and build a power plant.
Long-range scan of planet complete.
These can get upgraded, so they probably all should. Because we'll produce a lot of energy on this planet. We'll get that cleared. Pajem. Yeah, you can get some more energy for us. Let's get some of these cleared as well, particularly any one that gives us energy. So work on those. Burning through some of our energy credits at the moment, but that is fine. Upgrade, upgrade, upgrade the food as well, upgrade that. That should all be good for us. Okay, so now that's all sorted. What's our force limit? We're almost at the force limit. We do have the option now to get battle cruisers. Requires a level 4 spaceport, which we don't have. Let's start working on that. Let's look at that ship then. So we now have ourselves... these are the battle cruisers.
Station complete.
And I feel very much like we should have at least one battle cruiser. Now, it does cost us how much? Oops. Hull points, power, cost. It's going to show us when we actually try and click here, isn't it? Ship size 19, which is quite significant. So maybe we wait on that one a little. But we're going to take the fleet. And we're going to go and move the fleet out over here if we can reach it. Because there is a hostile space station there. Now, all of a sudden, that costs us a lot of money because we are now in... we're not in orbit. So we're paying quite a lot to maintain the fleet.
Station complete.
But as we get some of these upgrades done on minerals, that should level itself out. Just to make sure we're actually running the mineral tiles. Because they are quite important for us. We can clear these out as well. More mineral tiles to go. What about over here? Yeah, we clear these out. So we're already down to back to minus 16, so it shouldn't take too long. But yeah, we'll go ahead and have a look at this alien space station. Let's see if we can take it down. Should be able to. Again, not bothered about coalition invitations. High intensity negotiations. Low intensity negotiation still has a potential of getting them in. It just doesn't cost us as much, it just takes longer. So that's fine. Right, we are about to arrive here.
Research complete.
And we are indeed
Enemy
here.
Vessels detected. Spatial rift detected.
Has this been cleared? What have we got here? Something with a military power of 1. I think whatever threat was there has been cleared out, which is annoying. Let's go over there and clear that out. I'm a little bit nervous about moving that far away from our home territory in case we get declared on, but I guess it's something we'll just have to take the risk of. Let's go for that starport, actually. Those extra 10 energy credits might be useful to us. Spaceport armor plating is done. Let's go for the magnetic mines then. So we're now down to just minus 13 on our energy credits. So just moving in now with the fleet. And we'll go and see if we can have a little bit of a battle up there. That should be a bit more interesting than just the sort of general management. Do want to sort of increase things if we can. Can we go up and get some more levels for spaceports? I think it might be worth it. I'd like to be able to get at least one of those higher level ships out. But we just need to crank out a tiny bit more naval capacity in order to do that. Not a massive amount, but we do need to get some all the same. So we're going to get over here quite soon.
Incoming transmission. Long-range scan of planet.
Diplomatic
complete.
proposal, not too bothered. Borders closed. Who's this sort of following me round? I don't know who you are. Enter aliens.
Station complete.
Okay, so we're going to slow time down.
Station complete.
We're about to arrive here and deal with this enemy fleet. And hopefully, we won't get too badly beaten up doing it. Then we can get a science ship over here and continue researching all this stuff. So, let's go and move in with the first fleet. We do have a stronger army. So let's go and engage these guys. We don't know who they are. Looking at the ship design, I think this is part of the Leviathan's DLC, which is DLC that I do have but didn't really use. That planet is also... oh, that's not shielded. Just got like some sort of mega gas cloud around it. But that is a shielded planet. That is quite interesting. That is something I would definitely like to have a look at. But I think we need to take these hostile ships out first before we can really do anything there. And then we'll get a science ship up here to come and have a look. So we're really not bothered too much about all of this. And the battle starts. Now they're a lot bigger than us, physically. Just look at the size of their ships compared to our tiny little... I mean, these little sort of sperm missiles, that's their torpedoes coming in. Which is not good. And our little fleet can barely be seen in front of the sun. But we do have some ships in here. We should have the fleet selected so we can see what's going on. Now, they don't have a leader. They don't have shields either. So there is a potential that we can start taking them down quite quickly. Maybe when we get into closer quarters, we'll be able to do a bit more damage. Let's make sure that we keep working on our research, though. Let's go for the transport hub. So, again, we'll keep in here. Once they start to lose a few ships, it should become a lot easier. They're already losing quite a lot of their hull. We have taken some hull damage on some of our ships. So I'm assuming some of their weapons are penetrating our shields. Their weapons are all energy weapons. So it's really just sort of hitting our armour. We're about to lose a destroyer. That was unfortunate. So we have lost a destroyer. Not too sure how much else we've lost there. We've still got a couple of destroyers left. We've still got our cruisers. One of our cruisers is taking a beating at the moment, though. They've lost another ship. They've got another one down to... No, that's gone as well. I wish you could just pull out individual ships and say, right, you just back off for a little bit until you've healed up. Oh, it's auto-saving. I just wondered why everything had just suddenly paused. Right, our other cruiser is now taking a huge beating to its hull because its shields are down completely. Now their ships seem to be hanging on quite well here. They're about to lose another one. We have lost a cruiser, which is unfortunate. Well, we know we've lost a cruiser and a destroyer, so let's go ahead and build a cruiser and a destroyer at least. We've still got fairly decent power in comparison to their fleet, so we should be able to take them out here. There's another one that's about to go down. Our other cruiser's down to half shields, and it's already taking a bit of a battering on its hull. But they've got so few ships now in this fleet, I can actually see them all without scrolling. They're down to 5 ships. So we can always return home and rebuild the fleet, that's not a problem. They're down to 4 ships. Let's go ahead and take one of the science ships. And we'll queue you up to survey that and then survey the rest of the system. How is this battle going on? They're down to 3 ships. We haven't lost the cruiser yet. Still has some of its shields left. There's another one down. They're down to a single ship. Who's this one? It's not our best admiral either, which doesn't help. But there we go. We've taken them all out.
Detected.
Fantastic. So, with that done, let's get out of there. And let's go and get you back home. So, first fleet, they are repairing because they can repair slightly in space. They do repair while they're out there. But we're going to bring you home anyway. So, return to Sol. And we do probably have enough room now to build ourselves a battle cruiser. So, actually cheaper to build a battle cruiser and quicker to build a battle cruiser than it is to build a cruiser. So we definitely get one of those going as quickly as possible.
Incoming transmission.
And again, a lot of these Federation Association offers, which we're not bothered about. We're making positive credits again now, though we have lost a few ships, so that's probably partly the reason for that. New spaceport module. That would give us +5 energy credits, which wouldn't be terrible. I don't think we want that around Earth, though. Let's go ahead and get that on some of the other planets, though. Make a bit more energy. Construction ship still isn't doing anything. Got a few factions, but they're nothing to really worry about, so that is fine. We can go back up to speed 3, of course. Now, where was I sending that that ship? You're auto-exploring. You are doing all of these planets down here. You're going to take forever. You're working on that one. Have I got you on sort of auto-explore? I have, haven't I? So I think we're going to take the Grissom and get you to go and deal with this one. Which planet was it? Was it this one?
Research complete.
Wasn't that one, was it? I've forgotten what system it was now. It's this one. Can you go and just survey that and then survey the rest of the system for me? And transporting hub is done. Mining network. Sublight speed. That could be useful, actually. Or spaceport shields. No, probably spaceport shields.
Research complete.
And starport is now done. Empire leader capacity. Leader recruitment cost -10%. Sure, let's go and work on that. Trade deal. Star charts, sure. Don't have a problem doing that. Now then, let's go back to Earth. And now we can get... oh no, apparently it's not a mod. So is it a building?
Long-range scan of planet complete.
Surface.
Station complete.
We'll upgrade those, but I don't think we will. Let's upgrade that. And... you're moving. So if we build... yeah, build schools. Starport, yeah. Go ahead and just build a starport. That'll make us a fair bit of money there. The Flaxians. Yes, let's be friends. Everybody's friends. Don't want to be in a coalition. Energy storage capacity plus 2,000. Fantastic. Stellar Cartography Lab. More chance to hit, more tracking, more chance to evade. Faster anomaly research. Explosive weapon specialization. Not too bothered about explosives. I think we're sort of going energy lasers. Planet fortification toughness. Could be useful if we get invaded again, I suppose. However, I am going to end the video there because we're over the 20-minute mark again. Thanks very much for watching, guys. I hope you are still enjoying Stellar Trek. I'll see you on the next video. And until then, goodbye for now.